Descendants: The Royal Wedding is a special that seemingly came out of nowhere. It's a follow-up to Descendants 3 and basically picks up where it left off. Ben and Mal's marriage. Disney tried to promote it online and on their networks, and even teased it months beforehand with several shorts that take place right before the wedding. And boy, these are rough. Even for being shorts on YouTube, I expect a bit more from Disney. But anyway, when the initial teaser dropped, I was confused. It felt super random and out of nowhere 2 years after Descendants 3. D3 already wrapped up the story fine enough. At this point, it felt like they're dragging things on longer than needed. Also, I was shocked that it was animated rather than the usual live action. Though, I was pleasantly surprised by how nice the animation looked. I was getting a lot of classic hand-drawn Disney vibes. Me being the Descendants fan I am, had to sit down and watch it, and see how this wedding went down. And after doing so, I was taken aback by how lackluster the special was. Like, man, this was just not good. The animation was awkward, the plot was unengaging, and overall just felt pointless. Let me brief you quickly on what's going on in the special, so you can get an understanding of what we're dealing with here. Mal is getting ready for a wedding with the help of her friends. Hades enters the venue and apparently causes a fire and storms off. Mal and the team, which now consists of only Evie and Jay, along with Audrey, head down to the Isle of the Lost to see what the big deal with Hades is. Before they go, they have a moment of remembrance for Carlos. Mal meets Hades, and it turns out he didn't actually mean to cause chaos, and it was all a misunderstanding. He was essentially struggling with everyone still judging him for his not-so-great past, and felt uncomfy there. Mal and Ben decide to have a small wedding so the whole family can feel comfortable. Mal and Ben get married, the end. That's it. That's the story. That's it. The special felt more like bonus content on a DVD rather than an actual special. The dilemma regarding Hades was literally solved in 15 minutes. The animation here is really not great. I can look past some mediocre animation if the plot is good enough, but man, this is weak, especially for Descendants. Some scenes looked fine, and others were extremely choppy. The animation is more disappointing when you look at the teaser trailer in comparison. The teaser was very fluid and well animated. The special looks like it was given to an animation studio with a very short time frame to work on it, leaving it very sloppy and hastily put together. But looking past the animation, the art style is really nice. Like I mentioned before, the style reminds me of early hand-drawn Disney, like Sleeping Beauty for example. Also, all the characters translate pretty well to the style. I want to point out, I think everyone did a decent job with the voice acting except Dove Cameron. Absolutely no shade towards her, but her voice acting skills are pretty weak, at least in this special. Her lines fall flat, and she lacks the character in her voice to make her stand out. Not all good actors can easily switch over to voice acting. The special has a song titled Feeling the Love, and it's pretty average. I expect a bit more out of Descendants when all their prior cartoon stuff is pretty good. I can't imagine myself playing this song ever again. I think what this special needs is 1, more time, and 2, a more riveting conflict. I think it would have been better if the special was 44 minutes instead of a very measly 22 minutes. It would have given more time to deal with the conflict and let the audience digest what's going on, but also have enough time for the wedding. The conflict surrounding Hades being misunderstood had potential to lead to commentary on how we treat and judge others surrounding us. The special kind of just sweeps away the issue by having a smaller wedding, which is understandable, but I think it would have been nice to take an opportunity to teach others about tolerance and behavior towards others. Now, it would be a little complex because Hades is quite literally the god of the underworld, but it's Descendants of all things. They can work something out. Or actually, they could scrap the whole Hades plot and deal with some type of conflict that revolves around Ben and Mal getting married. Maybe Mal feels like she's not ready and deals with anxiety because of that. At the end of it all, the whole special just feels very unneeded. Like, what was the point of watching this? It barely accomplishes anything besides getting Ben and Mal married. Some things were nice like the Carlos scene, but apart from that, I didn't get that much out of the main characters or the plot. The animation was lackluster, and the song was painfully average. It wasn't a terrible watch, but I just kept asking myself, what's the point? Then I remembered, Disney made a doll line for this. So it's clear Disney released this poorly made special just to milk the franchise a little longer. The royal wedding ends in a shot with a bunch of white flowers painted red on the ground with the camera moving towards a hole, which appears to be a tease for Wonderland. And we have finally gotten a confirmation from Disney as they announced D4 is in the works, and is titled The Rise of Red. This is not a direct sequel to the original trilogy, but rather a new chapter in the franchise, this time following the daughters of the Queen of Hearts and Cinderella as they go back in time to stop a catastrophic takeover of Ordon. This is so different from what I imagined them doing, so I'm very excited to see how this turns out. And it was revealed that Brandy would return to reprise the role as Cinderella, so I'm excited to see her back in action. So that's pretty much all I have to say on Descendants: The Royal Wedding. It's a pretty mediocre special that feels completely unneeded after Descendants 3 wrapped up the story quite nicely. Have you seen it? Please tell me your comments down below. Thank you for watching, goodbye, farewell, and adios.